Hi everyone, Mike White here, and welcome to this week's vlog post. I really wanted to convey this message today in the most positive light that I can. But I just shared something on Facebook, both on my personal page and on the business page. That is probably the crux of exactly why I've been telling you that you've got to get your own message out there. You can look at it if you're watching this post either on Facebook, on IMT Coaching, or on my Michael White page. I shared a link to an interview with a person who supposedly is the chief economist for Priceline. And the information that he was given, and by the way, this was broadcast by CBS News. And it really has to make you think with all the things that we've talked about. There's so much ugly news, there's so much negativity, and we're up to our necks in information overload. And a vast majority of the information that we're seeing is either completely false, somewhat false, incomplete, or purely negative. And it really has gotten to the point right now where you have to make a determination of where our industry goes, who the experts really are, sharing the information. I have literally pounded everybody that I know over the head as hard as I can to producing videos explaining the issues with the mortgage market and forbearance and all the different things about what's going on. And right now, we're losing the battle to the mainstream media, to those people who are quickly talking about things and not sharing the complete and total consequences of what those actions or activities will be. And we've talked about the whole issue last week about forbearance, and it's not what people think it is. But when the market is out there telling you there's all this free money, when the market is out there telling you that you can do these things, when supposedly trusted sources like CBS News and CNBC blatantly have people on their shows broadcasting to millions and millions of people, telling them to do things without explaining what's involved and what the potential ramifications are, it's really putting an entire economy, an entire way of life, an entire business at risk. And some of these people who are going to follow this information that's being broadcast out there by these people are going to suffer ramifications that may destroy them financially, both in the short term and the long term. So it's really important. And I don't know what's more astonishing to me is the people in the mainstream media or even the realtors who are going out there. And I've had a loan officer share with me, there's a realtor or a group of realtors out there in the marketplace telling people who are buying homes right now not to make their payments for 4 months. They're actually telling people you get a free 4 months. Close on your loan today. When you get your first payment coupon, just go to the website and click on the forbearance link, go into forbearance, and you won't have a payment for 4 months. Can you imagine? Realtors are sharing this information like that. So again, the importance of getting it out there. Now, I want to talk about you guys being the positive influence in the market, sharing actual information and the strategies that you can use to help your clients, to help your referral partners actually understand what's happening in this marketplace and benefit from taking paths and making choices and doing things that will have a positive outcome, because there is going to be a life after the coronavirus and after this current situation. So the first thing I need to get out to you is, if you got a database, boy, you've got to be out there calling each and every one of them. Get an update of their particular situation, what they're facing. Sit there, have a conversation about seeing what there are, answer any questions that they have, because they may not be getting accurate information. And I want you to be the one that's giving them the information and what the path is. The second piece of this is if you've got a pre-approval that is either in limbo right now or holding off on buying the house, or you in some sections can't go out and look at property, you've got to actually have the conversation about what they need to be doing right now. And let's be honest, they've got options right now because they're going to get a coronavirus stimulus check. That money, that $1,200, $2,400, $3,000 or more that comes into their family can be very useful in a lot of different ways. And it's important that it's not seen as something, oh, well, that's a down payment on a boat, or I can go out and buy a jet ski, or I'm going to go get that ATV. It could be the difference between improving a down payment, eliminating MI, paying down debt so that their ratios are better, so maybe improving their credit score. There's a ton of different things that can be done with that kind of money in many areas that could be a huge difference in what people can do. The other thing is if you have a client that's been laid off or furloughed from work, it's people are not looking at this and really understanding that, yes, it's a tragedy that they're getting laid off, and yes, they're getting furloughed. But in the big picture, for most people in this country that are getting furloughed and laid off, between their state unemployment insurance and the $600 a week in the federal stipend, many of these people are going to be taking home more net income than they were when they were working. Again, do they have a plan for this money? Can they save that money? Can they pay down proper debt? Can you help them look at their credit report and where their money's going, and show them, here are the things you can be doing with this extra money to put yourself, hey, even if they're just saving it, even if they're just using it as reserves, even if they just use it for an increased down payment so that they borrow less, maybe with today's interest rates, they pay some more in closing costs, maybe they buy their rate down. There's any number of things that can be done in this situation. It may not be as bad or as bleak. And let's be honest, they're probably going to go back to work at the same place they always work, where they're going to go back to work once this is over. And you and I both know once they get back to work and they get reestablished, we'll be able to pick them up and get them back into the home buying market if they don't do stupid things that destroy themselves in the interim. The other thing that I want you to be paying attention to, and it's just going to be a fact of the world, is we're likely to see a large increase in the birth rate come December and January and February. Let's be honest, it's likely to happen. And these people are really going to consider larger, bigger, different homes, or moving from a rental to home ownership. It's going to be something that is likely going to happen. Just watch, wait, and see. You're going to find out that this is what's going to be there. And with that, unfortunately, we're probably going to see a rise in divorces come September, October, and November. Again, sometimes the stress of being quarantined together and being in close proximity with each other 24/7 for an extended period of time really break what might have been a fragile relationship. And so those relationships are going to terminate. They're going to result in divorce. And having a person that they can trust to help guide them through not making certain mistakes will be priceless to them. So be clear about connecting with your people and staying connected with them during this time, because if these things do happen, and they're going to, you want to be in a position to help guide people through it, because many of these things, contain opportunities for people to make good choices and bad choices. And you want to help give them information so that they don't, or you limit the number of bad choices that they may make going down the road. And last but not least, in speaking with our people, let's be honest, there are going to be people that we talk to that literally can't stand where they live. The thought of staying in that home one more day, being confined, They want another bedroom, another bathroom, a basement, a family room, a media room, a home office. They're never going to live like this again. Those become people that when we come out the other side of this are going to be looking to list their house, sell their house, buy the one that they really need. So you need to set the record straight. You need to call your people and share the truth about what's going on and what the available strategies really are. These are certainly challenging times, but people that you have worked with and you have served before and your referral partners need guidance with accurate information and a path so that they avoid making bad mistakes. I need you to be that positive person. I need you to share the strategies to show a path because, again, this is going to be over. And when it is over, you want people to come out of this in the best possible position that they can be to navigate what will be the rest of their lives. So be honest, be an expert, be a leader, but be available and in front of your people, because if you're not, somebody else, like what else I posted on Facebook this morning, somebody else is going to be giving them information. And unfortunately, with the amount of misinformation that's out there, you can only count on you to be talking to your people and present them with what the truth is. As always, questions or comments, you want to reach out to us, it's Mike at imtcoaching.com. I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Take care.